In this video, we will demonstrate how to download and install Microsoft Project from the Microsoft Imagine website. In general, these are the steps we will follow. I will illustrate these steps to you, show you some tricks you can do to make it easier, show you some problems that you may encounter. Remember, you are doing this to your computer at your own risk. You should not have a problem. There should not be any catastrophic results, but you are responsible for your own machine, and you are responsible for any changes that you make. Step 1, you should be able to complete on your own. You should have been given credentials to log in to Microsoft Imagine. If you don't know how to do that, please stop this video and learn how to log into Microsoft Imagine, and then come back and continue the video. Step 2, download Microsoft Project. Make a copy of the activation key. There are several versions of MS Project available on the Imagine website. I will be working with Project 2016 in this video. Be sure that you are using the version that is required in your class by your professor. Here I am logged in to Microsoft Imagine using the credentials provided to me by my professor. I'm going to search for products containing the word project. There appear to be two that are relevant: Project Professional 2019, Project Professional 2016. I am going to download Project 2016, and the way we do that is by adding it to our shopping cart and then going to checkout and downloading the things in the shopping cart. Everything we do here is free. You don't need to spend any money or provide a credit card, but they still go through the process of using a shopping cart. Now, on my particular system, I've already downloaded Microsoft Project 2016, so I'm not going to be able to show you the process of adding it to the shopping cart and initiating the download. You should be able to do that because you've purchased things before online, and the process of downloading a file should be fairly comfortable for you at this point. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to go to my downloads folder and show you that there it is. I've already downloaded it before I started the video because it takes about an hour and 13 minutes on my ridiculously slow connection. So hopefully you can get to this point without too much trouble. If you're not sure how to use a shopping cart or to download a file, contact Microsoft Imagine Help, and they should be able to get you through that, or contact your professor. So once you've downloaded this file and you've opened the downloads folder for your particular browser, notice I am using Firefox, so the steps to get to the download folder are as shown. If you're using Chrome or Safari or some other browser, your steps to get to your download folder will be a little different. Once I've got the file, I want to point out that your screen may look different than mine does. I have Windows Explorer configured to show me file extensions. The file extension is .iso. You may not see that on your machine. You can select View, Options, View Again, and then there are two things that I like to do here. I check the box that says Show Hidden Files, Folders, and Drives, and I uncheck hide extensions for known file types. By unchecking hide extensions for known file types, I can see the file extension, for example, in this case, ISO. You don't have to do that. That is just something that I think makes Windows easier to use and less confusing because I can see the file extensions on all the files. If that drives you nuts, if that doesn't help you, then don't worry about it. Once you've got the file completely downloaded, like I said, it might take as long as an hour if you're on a slow connection. It's about 2.3 gigabytes. It's a large file. We need to somehow get into that file to initiate a setup. Now here's where a lot of people have problems because they have some piece of software installed on their machine that already thinks it knows what to do with an ISO file. And I'm not going to support the myriad of programs that think they know what to do with ISO files. I'm going to support the way that Windows deals with ISO files because it's straightforward and easy. So if you double click on this and Windows drills down into the ISO file and shows you these three results, then you're in good shape. What that means is you do not have a third-party software program that has associated itself with ISO files, and you're good to go. On the other hand, if you double click on this file and it launches some third-party program like Magic ISO or a DVD burner, then you can't do things the way that I will be doing them. So my suggestion to you is that you not double click on it at all and save yourself the frustration. What I would like you to do is right click on it and if you're in Windows 10 you should get the mount command. Select mount. That creates a virtual drive letter. In my case it created H. Look up in the address bar and you can see there's an H there. I do not have a physical H drive. It's a virtual H drive created just for the purposes of mounting this ISO file. Now once I've got it mounted, you can see I got the same results that I did before when I double clicked on it. I want to run setup.exe. Alright, that's easy to do. Double click, select yes, and in my case and in your case you may have a problem if you have Office already installed. In this case I have Office 365 installed from the University server in a 64-bit version, and Microsoft Project refuses to install. Carefully read the error message. It says Office 32-bit couldn't be installed because you have 64-bit Office installed on your computer. Well, we won't discuss what those numbers mean, but suffice it to say they are sadly incompatible. But we can get around that. Close. Eventually this goes away. And we are right here. If the setup fails, read the error message, open the setup folder, and try to run one of the other two setup.exe programs. So open this Office, and this mistakenly says open the setup folder. That should say open the Office folder. Inside the Office folder, there are two setup programs, one called Setup 32, one called Setup 64. Again, you may not see the exe file at the end. We're going to run 64 because my machine has 64-bit Office already installed. You may not be at this point. Your installation may have already started. You may be in good shape, but mine didn't. Now this will run for a while, and in my experience, it's silent. There's no dialogue, there's no progress bar. If you go down to the taskbar, you may find an icon you can bring up. This one says that Office is installing in the background, which is fine, and do not do anything else. Don't browse away, don't start any other programs. If you already had Word running or you already had PowerPoint running, you may be asked to close those at this time. But that's going to run for a little bit, and eventually that will finish and we should be able to continue. I'm going to pause this video, and when this finishes, I'll be right back. We're back. We're keeping a close eye on the installation process. We are at 94%. Hopefully we'll be at 100 relatively soon. We're waiting patiently for this to finish. Uncomfortable silence while we watch this software process not do anything. And we finally get this message: your product is now installed. You can go offline or shut down. I don't know what that means. But it looks like we got finished. So I am going to scroll through the Windows menu, and I see Project 2016. Good news. When this starts up, it's going to want an activation key. Now you should have stored a copy of your activation key when you downloaded the file. If you didn't, that's okay. You can go back and get it, which I am going to do right now. We've progressed through step 6. We found Microsoft Project in the Windows menu. Let's execute step 7. On the first startup, it should ask us for a product key. Good. Oh my goodness, I'm panicking. I don't know what it is. I didn't write it down. Don't worry. Go back to Microsoft Imagine. Drop down the menu, and you should be able to see your previous orders, which is the list of things that you've already purchased / downloaded. And there's Microsoft Project Professional, which I downloaded last year in October. If I look at the invoice, I don't see it there. How about details? There's the product key. Copy. Make sure you store that away somewhere. You can always come back here and get it if you need it, but you never know. The site may be down. You might not have internet access. Make a copy of that key on your local machine. Flip back to Microsoft Project. Paste in the key. Click Install. And then go ahead and go through the acceptance process. You should be good to go. We have seen then a set of steps that we can follow with a little bit of improvisation to work around some problems to get Microsoft Project 2016 installed. Again, this is done at your own risk. Make sure you're patient. If you have a problem, take a screenshot make notes so that you can reproduce the problem or present the details to someone who might be able to help you. But it is crucial that as you go through this process, you keep track of what problems you have, you take screen snips, you copy information, and you have a record that allows other people to provide technical support for you. Thank you.